Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has presented a proposed 1.854 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill to the Rivers State House of Assembly. Hi. Welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, Israel shared intelligence with the United States that Iran had recently devised a new plan to assassinate President Donald Trump. Two sources familiar with the matter told CNN, adding another layer of tension as a ceasefire deal between the countries comes under strain. One of the sources said the warning came this week. Another source said the US had picked up a steady drumbeat of intelligence in recent weeks about possible plans to assassinate Trump, but the warning from Israel was new and concerned a specific plot. Other American officials suggested that the Israeli report could be an effort to sway Trump's decision-making as he weighs whether to intensify American military action against Iran. At number 9, England defender Quansah has been suspended for 2 matches following his red card in the team's World Cup last 16 victory over Mexico, leaving manager Thomas Tuchel short of backline options for the latter stages of the tournament. Quansah was sent off after a video review determined that he made a sliding stud-up tackle. The English FA said it was not able to appeal against this suspension without giving further details. The 2-match ban means Quansah will miss England's quarter-final against Norway on Saturday in Miami and a potential semi-final should they advance. The defender would only be available again for selection if England reach the World Cup final. At number 8, the Nigerian Air Force has completed a factory acceptance test for 3 Tracker Type B helicopters at Leonardo Helicopters facility in Vergate, Italy. The test was conducted from 29th June to 3rd July by a delegation comprising representatives of the NAF and the Ministry of Defense, according to a statement by NAF spokesperson Air Commodore Ehimen Ejadame. On Friday, the exercise provided the Nigerian delegation with the opportunity to conduct comprehensive inspections and flight evaluations to ensure the helicopters fully complied with contractual specifications and operational requirements before their delivery to Nigeria. At number 7, Akwa Ibom State's Governor Umu Eno has directed relevant government agencies to immediately identify flood-prone communities and implement intervention measures following recent flooding in parts of the state. The governor, represented by the Deputy Governor Senator Akan Eyakanyi, gave the assurance while speaking at a constituency briefing and empowerment program organized by the Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udeme Otong, in Abak local government area. She said the governor had directed the Akwa Ibom State Emergency Management Agency and the Ministry of Environment to carry out assessment of affected areas, adding that inspections had already been completed and reports submitted. At number 6, the Lagos State government has issued a query to an officer of the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps over allegations of corruption after a viral video purportedly showed him receiving a 20,000 naira bribe from a suspected environmental offender. The Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, disclosed this in a post on X on Friday, describing the officer's alleged conduct as unacceptable and contrary to the ethics and core values of the agency. According to Wahab, the officer has been formally queried, while a personnel management board will be constituted to investigate the incident in line with the Lagos State Civil Service rules and regulations. At number 5, troops of Operation Hadinkai in the early hours of Friday repelled an attempted terrorist infiltration of 3 communities near Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. The acting media information officer of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai, Captain Mohammed Goni, said in a statement that the affected communities were Muna Garage, Shuwari Village, and the Ajilari Cross area. He said that between 12:20 a.m. and 2:30 a.m., the terrorists attempted to infiltrate Muna Garage, Shuwari Village, and the Ajilari Cross axis to gain access to the metropolis. Goni called on members of the public to remain vigilant and continue providing timely and credible information to security agencies in support of ongoing counter-terrorism operations. At number 4, troops of Sector 3 Joint Task Force of Northeast Operation Hadinkai have intercepted a suspected foreign terrorist drug courier, conveying a large consignment of illicit drugs, alcoholic beverages, and other prohibited substances. In a statement, the operation's acting military information officer, Mohammed Goni, described the arrest as another significant operational success in their sustained campaign to degrade the logistical network supporting terrorist activities in the Northeast. According to him, the substances are believed to be destined for a terrorist element operating within the Lake Chad Islands. At number 3, the Edo State Police Command command has announced a statewide restriction of movement from 12 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, July 11, 2026, as part of security measures for the conduct of the local government elections. The command said the restriction is aimed at ensuring a peaceful, orderly, and secure electoral process across the state and will be enforced in collaboration with other security agencies. In a statement issued on Thursday by the police public relations officer of the command, Eno Ikwedem, he said all vehicular and human movement would be prohibited during the period. At number 2, residents of American quarters in Onitsha, North Local Government Area of Anambra State, have cried out to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, calling for urgent government intervention over what they described as persistent noise pollution caused by church crusades, street evangelism, and worship centers operating within the residential community. The community claimed that some residential buildings had been converted into churches in violation of urban planning regulations and alleged that some religious activities, including crusades and night vigils, are held at odd hours, depriving residents of rest and disrupting the peace of the neighborhood. At number 1, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has presented a proposed 1.854 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill to the Rivers State House of Assembly, marking his first appearance before the Assembly, led by Martin Amiewule, since the political crisis that split the legislature in 2023. Presenting the estimate tagged Budget of Resilience for Growth and Development, Governor Fubara said the proposal was designed to sustain economic growth, strengthen infrastructure, improve human capital development, and enhance social investment across the state. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.